That moment when your hand hesitates before reaching for the third coffee, it is not fatigue, it is your mitochondria screaming for mercy. Japan's longevity secret isn't tea in their DNA, but in how they negotiate with their own biology daily. Watch salarymen in Tokyo at 3 p.m. No bloodshot eyes or frantic sugar crashes, their secret weapon. Kaizen, microscopic, 1% upgrades that bypass our brain's resistance to change. One push-up after brushing teeth. One page before bed. These aren't tasks, but neurological loopholes. Your basal ganglia can't panic about something smaller than a rice grain. The real magic happens in cellular accounting. When you reduce improvement increments below the stress threshold, around 4% of current capacity, the amygdala stops registering it as a threat. Toyota factory workers don't overhaul assembly lines. They move wrenches 3 inches closer. Your version, place running shoes where you'll trip over them morning. Okinawan's Ikigai works because purpose modulates mTOR pathways. It is not philosophy, but cellular mechanics. That 107-year-old fisherman is T, staying active. He is maintaining ribosomal biogenesis through rhythmic motion. Your turn, scribble 1 sentence tonight about what made today slightly meaningful. Not a journal, just a post-it for your dopamine receptors. Tonight, S-micro action when setting your phone alarm, add a 2-word purpose tag like hydrate first or breathe deep. The notification will hijack your morning autopilot, not motivation. Just a synaptic speed bump, that moment when you push away from the table, not because you're full, but because your joints ache from invisible inflammation. Your body isn't failing you. It is flashing warning lights about industrial era eating habits we mistake for normal. Modern plates are landmines. Processed foods hijack satiety signals before your brain. S20-minute lag can shout, stop. Okinawans weaponized this delay with hara hachibu, eating to 80% full, not deprivation, precision. Here is why it works. Mitochondria thrive on slight calorie deficits. Studies show 10–15% reduction activates cellular cleanup. Leptin resistance drops when you stop eating before dopamine crashes. From overstimulation, your pancreas gets breathing room between insulin spikes. Try this tonight. 1 use smaller plates automatically cuts portions by 19%. Cornell Food Lab data. 2 chew each bite 15 times, forces pace. 3 when chopsticks feel heavy, pause, ask, is this hunger or habit? No willpower needed. Just interrupt the autopilot. Your cells know what to do with the space. Next, why Tokyo office workers take tree breaks, even when deadlines loom, and how 17 minutes alter stress hormones. Your afternoon slump isn't tea just fatigue. It is your nervous system screaming for a reset. Notice how Tokyo salarymen vanish at 3 p.m. They not slacking, they redosing themselves with tree prescribed medicine. When your shoeless breaks mid-stride, that is not inconvenience. It is your body forcing a pause. Japanese clinics literally write forest prescriptions, not metaphorically, biochemically. Inhaling phytoncides, trees, insect, repelling compounds, drops cortisol 12% within 17 minutes. Your NK cells, the immune system's assassins, activate, blood vessels relax like untied knots. But here is the rebellion. You don't need a bamboo forest. A single sidewalk tree works if you engage properly. No podcasts, no step counts. Let fractured sunlight hit your retina directly. This triggers parasympathetic nerves. Most city dwellers haven't used since childhood, that mossy smell. That is geosmin, a soil compound that lowers blood pressure faster than most pharmaceuticals. Now the sabotage, modern life deleted these micro resets. We've replaced phytoncides with push notifications. Your adrenal glands don't differentiate between a tiger chase and an unread email. The fix isn't tea more, it is less tomorrow. Stand under any tree for 120 seconds. Let your pupils dilate naturally. Breathe through your nose. The nitric oxide boost alone improves oxygen uptake by 20%. This isn't tea wellness, this is reclamation. Your great-grandparents didn't need forest bathing. They simply existed outdoors. Your cells still expect that rhythm. Deny them and the inflammation invoices come due by 4 p.m. Tonight's micro-habit, walk home via the treeless route. When your mind says, hurry, slow deliberately, that resistance, that is your biology remembering what dignity feels like. Next, why Kyoto artisans leave cracks in their pottery and how deliberate imperfection extends telomeres. That resistance you feel when pushing through discomfort, it is not weakness, it is your nervous system recalibrating. Notice how Japanese train commuters stand perfectly still during rush hour. Not rigid, but rooted. Their secret isn't suppression. It is gammon, the art of holding space for struggle without letting it consume you. Western minds often mistake this for toxic stoicism, but true. Gawain whispers, "This hurts, but I am not the hurt." No performative suffering, no trauma Olympics, just the quiet certainty that discomfort is temporary fuel. When you stop narrating your pain to an audience, something shifts. Neural pathways that once amplified distress begin rerouting. Your prefrontal cortex regains territory from the amygdala. Now try omoyari, compassionate anticipation. In Kyoto, shopkeepers dust their doorsteps at dawn so customers won't track in pollen. Not because it is mandated, but because they've mentally walked in others' shoes. This isn't politeness. It is neurobiology. Acts of consideration trigger mirror neurons, releasing oxytocin that dissolves stress hormones. Your blood pressure drops as you hold the elevator door. The final secret, kintsugi thinking. When a 400-year-old tea bowl cracks, artisans mix lacquer with gold dust. Each fracture line becomes luminous. Your body does the same. Micro tears from exercise heal stronger. Synaptic pruning after failure sharpens judgment. That afternoon slump when your willpower falters. That is the gold setting tonight. Leave your coffee cup unwashed after dinner. Tomorrow, rinse it while imagining the next person using it. This tiny omoyari act rewires how you occupy space. Your turn, which invisible friction could become your gammon training ground. The checkout line, the slow elevator. Note one tomorrow. Those cracks in your life aren't flaws. They're the seams where gold fills the gaps. The strongest people aren't the unbroken ones. They're the ones who learn to mend themselves with quiet precision, carrying that resilience like hidden armor. If you're weathering something heavy right now, hear this, you're not crumbling, you're being reforged. The version of you emerging will move differently, wiser, steadier, with a deeper kind of strength. Don't bury your scars, let them catch the light. These 8 micro habits on tea shortcuts. They re-ancient principles disguised as small actions. Kaizen, 1% better compounds silently. Ikigai, your reason anchors you during storms. Harahachibu, your gut health dictates your resilience. Shinrin, yoku. 12 minutes under trees, reboots, cortisol, wabi, sabi. Imperfection is the only sustainable standard. Gaman, daily discomfort is your anti-fragility training. Omoyari, tiny kindnesses rewire your nervous system. Kintsugi, what breaks you becomes your signature strength. You don't need all 8 today. Pick one, start smaller than feels respectable. Just 2 deep breaths before checking your phone, leaving 3 bites on your plate. Or pausing to really see one person daily, let it root. Then add another. The Japanese don't chase transformation. They layer it one, barely noticeable choice at a time. Over decades, these micro habits build lives of quiet steadiness. Not flawless, not frantic, just deeply yours, your move. Which principle whispers to you right now? Write it where you'll see it tomorrow, your mirror, lock screen, or the inside of your coffee mug. Let it seep in before you do anything. Because real change doesn't roar. It accumulates in the spaces between breaths.